Shalom, 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 Wakazak Mashpaka. Welcome to another episode of Daily Tonic in the World right here on GC Create TV. And I remain your humble host, Daniel Fesalan Yasharala. And today I'm embarking on a new book, which is actually the book of Judges, the book of Shofetiym, the book of Shofetiym, chapter 1, we're taking it down to chapter 4. And it says, now after the death of Yahusha, it came to pass that the children of Yasharel asked Yahuwah, saying, who shall go up for us against the Canaanites first to fight against them? And Yahuwah said, and said, Yahudah shall go up. Behold, I have delivered the land into his hand. And Yahudah said unto Shimon, his brother, come with me into my lot, that we might fight against the Canaanites, and I likewise will go with you into your lot. So we go with you into your lot. So Shimon went with him, and Yahudah went up, and Yahweh delivered the Canaanites and the Perizim into their hand, and they slew of them in Bezek 10,000 men. And they found Adoni Bezek in Bezek, that's the Lord of the Bezek, and they fought against him, and they slew the Canaanites and the Perizim. But Adoni Bezek fled, and they pursued after him, and caught him, and cut off his thumb and his great toe. And Adoni Bezek said, 70 kings, having their thumbs and their great toe cut off, gathered their meat under my table, as I have done, so Elohim has requited me. And they brought him to Jerusalem, and there he died. This is what actually happened there. That was the law of what they call the law of karma. This king, so-called Adoni Bezek, he has cut the thumb and the great toe of 70 kings, which means he has struck out the toes and the great toe, the thumb and the great toe of 70 kings. Remember, 1 score equals to 20, which means 20 times 3 score, there plus 10 kings, that's 70 kings that he has cut their thumb and their great toe. And when Yahweh will catch him as well, the same thing he did for those kings was what was done to him. They cut off his great toe and his thumb. And while they take him down to Jerusalem was when he passed on, he died. So that's to tell you that when the scripture says that I come quickly and my judgment is my reward is with me, to pay every man according to his deed. And the scripture says that he that killed by the sword shall die by the sword. The king called the toes, great toe, and the thumb of the kings, and his own was done the same way too. Verse 8. Now the children of Yahudah had fought against Jerusalem, and had taken it, and smitten it with the edge of the sword, and set the city on fire. And afterwards the children of Yahudah went down to fight against the Canaanites that dwell in the mountain, and in the Negev, and in the valley. Verse 10. And Yahudah went against the Canaanites that dwell in Kevron. Now the name of Kevron before was Kiriath Arba. And they slew Sheshai, and Achiman, and Talmai. And from thence he went against the inhabitants of Devir, and the name of Devir before was Kiriath Sephar. And Caleb said, he that smite Kiriath Sephar, and eat to him will I give Akha, my daughter. Yes, sorry, Axel. Pardon my pronunciation. So they will give them, you give the person Axel, his daughter. Let's go on. Axel, my daughter, to be his woman. And Othniel, the son of Kenaz, Caleb's younger brother, took it, and he gave him Axel, his daughter, to be his woman. And it came to pass, when she came to him, that she moved him to ask of her father a field. And she lighted from off her house, and Caleb said unto her, What will you? 15. And he said unto him, and she said unto him, Give me a blessing, for you have given me a south land. Give me also springs of water. And Caleb gave her the upper spring and the nether springs. And the children of the Kenny, Moshe's father-in-law. We're just going to be asking that who are the Kenny? They call them the patronic Cain. That's Cain. This one asking that who is actually the Cain. It's talking about people of the children of Cain. Cain. In case you all don't know. Let us proceed. The Cain, Moshe's father-in-law, went up out of the city of palm trees with the children of Yehuda into the wilderness of Yehuda, which lies in the south of Arad. And they went and dwelt among the people. Yehuda went with Shimon his brother, and they slew the Canaanite that inhabit Sephath, and utterly destroyed it. And the name of the city was called Korma. And also Yehuda took Gaza with the coast thereof, and Ashkelon and the coast thereof, and Ekron and the coast thereof. And Yehuda was with, and Yahuwah was with Yehuda. Excuse me. And he drove out the inhabitants of the mountain, but could not drive out the inhabitants of the valley, because they had chariots of iron. And they gave Kevron unto Caleb, and as Moshe said, and he compelled thence the three sons of Anak. And the children of Benjamin did not drive out the Yevusim that inhabited Jerusalem, but the Jevusim dwell with the children of Benjamin in Jerusalem unto this day. And the house of Joseph, they also went up against Bethel, and Yahuwah was with them. And the house of Joseph sent to Descri Bethel. Now the name of the city before was Luz. And the spies saw a man come forth of the city, and they said unto him, Show us, we pray you, the entrance into the city, and we will show you mercy. And he showed them the entrance into the city, and they smote the city with the edge of the sword, but they let the man go and all his family. And the man went into the land of Kittim and built a city, and called the name thereof Luz, which is the name thereof unto this day. Neither did Manasseh drive out the inhabitants of Beth Shaan and as towns, nor Ta'anak and her towns, nor the inhabitants of Dor and her towns, nor the inhabitants of Yivleam and her towns, nor the inhabitants of Megiddo and her towns, but the Canaanim who dwell in that land. And it came to pass, when Yasharel was strong, that they put the Canaanim to tribute, and did not utterly drive them out. Neither did Ephraim drive out the Canaanim that dwell in Gezer, but the Canaanim dwell in Gezer among them. Neither did Zebulun drive out the inhabitants of Kithron, nor the inhabitants of Nahalol, but the Canaanim dwelt among them and became tributaries. Neither did Asher drive out the inhabitants of Akko, nor the inhabitants of Sidon, nor of Aklav, nor of Akziv, nor of Kelba, nor of Aphek, nor of Rekov, but the Ash, but the Asherims, but the Asherim dwelt among the Canaanim, the inhabitants of the land, for they did not drive them out. Neither did Naphtali drive out the inhabitants of Beth Shemesh, nor the inhabitants of Beth Anath, but he dwelt among the Canaanim, the inhabitants of the land. Nevertheless, the inhabitants of Beth Shemesh and of Beth Anath became tributaries unto them, just like we were also tributaries in the land of Mishraim. And the Amorim forced the children of Dan into the mountain, for they would not suffer them to come down to the valley. But the Amorim would dwell in Mount Kerek, in Ayalon, and in and in Shah Alabin, yet the hand of the house of Joseph prevailed, so that they became tributaries. And the course of the Amorim was from the going up of Tomaale, Akrabim, from the rock and upward. Chapter 2. And an angel of Yahuwah came up from Gilgal to Boikim, and said, I made you to go up out of Mishraim, and have brought you unto the land which I swore unto your fathers. And I said, I will never break my covenant with you, and ye shall cut no covenant with the inhabitants of this land. Ye shall throw down their altars, but ye have not obeyed my voice. Why have ye done this? Wherefore I also said, I will not drive them out from before you, but they shall be as thorns in your sides, and their Elohim shall be a snare unto you. And it came to pass, when the angel of Yahuwah spoke these words unto the children of Yasharel, unto all the children of Yasharel, that the people lifted up their voice and wept. And they called the name of that place Bokim, and they sacrificed there unto Yahuwah. And when Yahusha had let the people go, and the children of Yasharel went every man unto his inheritance to possess the land, and the people served Yahuwah all the days of Yahusha, and all the days of the elders that outlived Yahusha, who had seen all the great works of Yahuwah that he did for Yasharel. And Yahusha the son of Nun, and the servant of Yahuwah, died, being 110 years old. And they buried him in the border of his inheritance in Timnath Kerax, in the mountain of Ephraim, on the north side of the hill Gaash. And also all the generations were gathered unto their fathers, and there arose another generation after them, which knew not Yahuwah, nor yet the works which he had done for Yasharel. You see that? Remember that some years ago too, he said that after what Joseph did in the land of Mishraim, he said that there arose another Pharaoh that knew not Joseph. Now imagine how many generations of Yasharel as well that has passed here, that will make it to say that and there arose another generation after them which knew not Yahuwah. So that means as time comes, as generation passes, they keep forgetting about Yahuwah, mixing themselves up with other nations that are dealing with them as handmaid. Before then, they start selling their birthright, worshiping other Elohim, and before they know it, they forgot about Yahuwah. That their generation that came after was a generation that knew not Yahuwah or what Yahuwah have done for Yasharel. Just imagine. That's why I tell people, the best thing for you to do in life, the best thing you can give to a child in life is not education. The best thing you can give to a child in life is a laid down history. Pass down the history that you know. Pass it down to the child. Because the time will come when that child will also pass it down to his own children, shall pass down to their own children, so that they can be able to at least go a backtrack of things. It is only a child that has forgotten his origin that can be deceived. For them to have a generation that came afterwards that doesn't know Yahuwah, that means they forgot and they did not pass down the ordinances down to their children. This is not right. So for those of you who are saying education is the best legacy, stop fooling yourself. History passed down, genuine history being passed down is the best legacy, because education can fool your children, can deceive your children, can even lie to your children to become your enemies. But when you pass down genuine histories to your children can be able to identify the enemies than those who love them, because every enemy always come to paint themselves as a good person. Meanwhile, they are having an evil plot behind. Let's push further. Verse 11. And the children of Yasharel did evil in the sight of Yahuwah and served Baalim. And they forsook Yahuwah Elohai of their fathers, which brought them out of the land of Mizraim, and followed after other Elohim, of the Elohim of the people that were round about them, and bowed themselves unto them, and provoked Yahuwah to anger. And they forsook Yahuwah and served Baal and Ashtaroth. For those of you who don't know about the mother of the origin of Ishtar, go back and make your research about Ishtar, the celebration of Easter. That's when you know more about the origin of Ishtar, who actually died. That they now call that the resurrection of Yahusha Mashiach. Ishtar is a connection with Ashtaroth, the idols they were worshipping. Let's proceed. And the anger of Yahuwah was hot against Yasharel, and he delivered them into the hands of the spoiler that spoiled them, and he sold them into the hands of their enemies round about them, so that they could not any longer stand before their enemies. Whithersoever they went out, the hand of Yahuwah was against them for evil, as Yahuwah had said, as Yahuwah had sworn unto them, and they were greatly distressed. That is what is happening to we that king today. That is why, despite our energy, our might, and everything, still yet, the enemy came into our land to spoil our land, take our forefathers as slaves, kidnap our younger ones, take our young daughters as sex slaves, took our younger sons as bait to crocodile and alligators. Nevertheless, Yahuwah raised up judges, which delivered them out of the hand of those that spoiled them. And yet they would not hearken unto their judges, but they went a whoring after other Elohim with a small e, that's idols, and bowed themselves unto them. They turned quickly out of the way which their fathers walked in, obeying the commandments of Yahuwah, but they did not so. That's why I tell people, you say, yes, Father Abraham has many sons, and his son, my father Abraham, I am one of them. And say, let us praise that. Now, here's my question. Father Abraham has many sons, and you are one of them. Have you asked yourself, what did your father Abraham did that made him a friend of Yahuwah? He was obeying the commandment of Yahuwah. But today, who is calling yourself, I am one of them, and say, you are there eating pork. You are there not keeping the commandment. You are there shouting, grace is what is needed. Sin is what is not right. We are not under law anymore, we are under grace. And you are saying, you are calling yourself, I am one of them, and say, you? Stop fooling yourself. Your fathers will obey the commandment of Yahuwah. Today, you that call yourself the sons of Abraham, you are worse than a stiff-necked antelope. Your forefathers obeyed Yahuwah. Remember, antelope is the most gentle animal in the field, in the wild field. But imagine what a stubborn antelope will look like. It means that antelope that saw lion coming, and you're like, I'm operating under grace. You didn't run. Stubborn antelope. When the lion now come and bite you, you now be shouting, hey, why my God, leave me to the hand of this lion. Meanwhile, it was your pastors, your motivational speakers that deceived you, that don't kill lost anymore. You're under grace. I pray that Yahweh wake you up as soon as possible. Let's get back to the scriptures. Verse 18. And when Yahuwah raised up the judges, then Yahuwah was with the judges and delivered them out of the hand of their enemies all the days of the judges. For Yahuwah's side, because of the groaning by reason of them that oppressed them and vexed them. And it came to pass when the judge was dead, that they returned and corrupted themselves more than their fathers in following other Elohim to serve them and to bow down unto them. They cease not from their own doings, nor from their stubborn ways. Can you not see that truly when I call them stubborn antelope, I'm not at fault? He said they are stubborn ways. Every time that they are out of order, every time that they see that there's nobody to put them in order, put them in check, they go back to worship other idols. That is how stubborn our people are. That is why today, show people that this is the same Bible you are reading your Christian church. They tell you, no, don't tell me that. I'm a person under grace. They'll be talking nonsense. So they're speaking in tongues. Now, here's my question. How long will Yasharel continue to go back to their vomit? Continue to go back to their own doings of being stubborn and serving other Elohims? Let's press on. Verse 20 now. And the anger of Yahuwah was hot against Yasharel, and he said, because that these people has transgressed my covenant, which I commanded their fathers, and have not hearkened unto my voice, I will not henceforth drive out any from before them of the nations which Yahusha left when he died, that through them I may prove Yasharel, whether they will guard the way of Yahuwah to walk therein, as their fathers did guard it or not. Therefore, Yahuwah left those nations without driving them out hastily, neither delivered he them into the hands of Yahusha. Just look at that. Chapter 3. Now, these are the nations which Yahuwah left. He proved Yasharel by them, even as many of Yasharel as had not known all the wars of Canaan. Only that the generations of the children of Yasharel might know, to teach them war, at the least such as before knew nothing thereof, namely 5 Seranim, and of the Pelishtim, and all the Canaanim, and the Sidonim, and the Kivim that dwelt in Mount Lebanon, from Mount Baal Kermon, unto the entering in of Kamath, and they were to prove Yasharel by them, to know whether they would hearken unto the commandment of Yahuwah, which he commanded their fathers by the hand of Moshe. And the children of Yasharel dwelt among the Canaanim, Kittim, and Amorim, and Perizim, and Kivim, and Yevuzim. And they took their daughters to be their women, and gave their daughters to their sons, and served their Elohim. Imagine that. When Yahweh warned that don't give your daughters to marry those other nations, neither should you take their daughters to marry your own sons. But instead, they didn't listen. They were doing after their own mind. That's what I sometimes, most especially people from Africa, Their mentality is a little bit shallow. Ask me how. People in Africa do believe that the best way to make it in life is when you, a black woman, get married to a white man or a Chinese or a person that's not from your own country. Some men even think that the best way to be a ready-made man, the best way to be a successful man in life is that you can get married to one Edomite who is at the door at the doorpost of death. You start seeing a boy of 24 years old saying that he's in love, trying to get married with an 87-year-old Edomite. He's already working like this. Hey. When we will stop these things? Yahuwah said we should not get ourselves mixed up in marriage with these nations. But yet, Abu will never stop doing it. That is why today you will keep seeing a black woman getting married to an Indian or to go back to his country to go and worship Hare Krishna. He has that thing, Nehi Papa, Nehi. Okay, sorry, I'm rich. Who are you deceiving? Do you think getting married to the other nations actually is what we call success? Or that's what's called record breaking? You are not breaking record, you are breaking commandments. That's it. Let's go on. Verse 7. And the children of Yasharel did evil in the sight of Yahuwah and forgot Yahuwah Elohim and served Baalim and Asherah. Therefore, the anger of Yahuwah was hot against Yasharel, and he sold them into the land of Cushan. Into the hand of, let me take it slow, Cushan Rish Athayim, the king of Aram Naharahim. The children of Yasharel served Cushan Rish Athayim 8 years. And when the children of Yasharel cried unto Yahuwah, Yahuwah raised up a deliverer to the children of Yasharel, who delivered them. Even Othniel, the son of Kenez, Caleb's younger brother, and the Ruach Yahuwah came upon him, and he judged Yasharel, and went out to war, and Yahuwah delivered Cushan-Rish Athahim, the king of Aram Naharaim, into his hand, and his hand prevailed against Cushan-Rish Athahim, and the land had rest 40 years. And Othniel, son of Kenaz, died. And children of Yasharel did evil again in the sight of Yahuwah. And Yahuwah strengthened Eglon, the king of Moab, against Yasharel, because they had done evil in the sight of Yahuwah. Now it is glaring that truly our forefathers are stiff-necked. Once they see no one to put them in order, they mess up again. Small thing they did, they mess up. When they finish messing up, they'll be like, oh, Yahweh have mercy on us. Yahweh will be like, okay, they're my children. You'll forgive them. You will save them. Once you save them again, before you know it, they've done wrong again. Verse 13. And he gathered unto him the children of Ammon and Amalek, and went and smote Yasharel, and possessed the city of palm tree. So the children of Yasharel served Eglon, the king of Moab, 18 years. But when the children of Yasharel cried unto Yahuwah, Yahuwah raised them up a deliverer, Ehud, the son of Gera, Abin Ayamini, a man left-handed. Ibn Hayaminim, a man left-handed. Some people call people like that the southpaw. That's left, those who use their left hand. And by him, the children of Yasharel set a present unto Eglon the prince, the king of Moab. And Ehud made him a dagger which had 2 edges of a cubit length, and he did guard it under his raiment upon his right thigh. And he brought the present unto Eglon, king of Moab, and Eglon was a very fat man. The Bible says and make us know that Eglon was a very fat man. Eglon, the king of Moab, was a very fat man. Why? Because we all know that the present day Moab, they are actually the first degree people that are cannibals, eating all sorts of abominations. Only them will eat shrimp. Only them will eat sushi or cooked lizard. Only them will eat octopus. Only them will eat what are they eating again? Pork. That is why the king of Moab, Eglon, was a very fat man, which means as a very fat man, he cannot run when there's trouble. Let's move on. Verse 18. And when he had made an end to offer the present, he sent away the people that bore the present. But he himself turned again with the quarries, that were by Gilgal, and said, I have a secret errand unto you, O king. Who said, keep silence. And all that stood by him went out from him. And Ehud came unto him, and he was sitting in a summer parlor, which he had for himself alone, which means King Eglon, he prepared a private parlor that will actually be his own abattoir, where his judgment will have come to meet him. And Ehud, and he arose, and Ehud said, I have a message from Elohim unto you. And he arose out of his seat, and Ehud put forth his left hand, and took the dagger from his right thigh, and thrust it into his belly, and the haft also went in after the blade, and the fat closed upon the blade, so that he could not draw the dagger out of his belly, and the dirt came out. Then Ehud went forth through the porch, and shut the door of the parlor upon him, and locked them. See that? It was the pork chop that he ate. The fat in the body of King Eglon was why the dagger was entering him. And not just dagger alone, the dagger still have some other haft. That's the dagger it also have some hook at the back. That's the dagger entered the king. Ishuku. He do pff, and before you know it, the fat in his belly of that king could not even allow the dagger come out easily. So the dagger went in smoothly. The hook was just cutting anything cuttable, but he thrust it out and shut the door against them. Let's go on. And Ehud put his hand. Sorry, pardon me. Now we are in verse 24. And he was gone out. A servant came, and when they saw that, behold, the door of the parlor were locked, they said, surely he covers his feet in a summer chamber. And they tarried till they were ashamed. And behold, he opened not the door of the parlor. Therefore they took a key and opened them. And behold, their Adonai was falling down dead on the earth. And Ehud escaped while they tarried, and passed beyond the quarries, and escaped unto Shofetiym. And it came to pass, when it was come, that he blew a shofar in the mountain of Ephraim, and children of Yasharel went down with him from the mount, and he before them. And he said unto them, follow after me, for Yahuwah has delivered your enemy, the Moabim, into your hand. And they went down after him, and took the fords of the Yarden on towards Moab, and suffered not a man to pass over. And they slew of Moab at that time about 10,000 men, all lusty, and all men of valor, and there escaped not a man. So Moab was subdued that day under the hand of Yasharel, and the land had rest 80 years. Remember, one score is 20. So that 4 score years is 80 years. And after him was Shamgar, the son of Anath, which slew of the Pelishtim 600 men with an ox goad, and of an ox goad, and he also delivered Yasharel.
For sponsorship, advert placement, please call or WhatsApp this number +234 811 731 0928. Who said that the righteous don't party?
It's party time!
Are you hoping to hold a show having an exclusive DJ come to mix with righteous songs from various Hebrew artists coming from different parts of the world, bringing their unique voices to praise Yahuwah using the ministry of songs, and also having a DJ who can help us mix the sync of musics together to make you shake your body and dance off your sorrow righteously? Please contact DJ UL Kingdom Music.
Yo, shalom and peace. Be encouraged. This is DJ UL. Hold on to the vision the Most High gave you. He will bring it to pass.
For booking and inquiry, please call DJ Joel on +1 770 256 2241. Call us today and let's make your event a memorable one. Joel Kingdom Music, bringing the vibe of righteousness into your event.
Welcome back from that short commercial break. So let us make it a roundup for today's episode of the program. Now we are in the book of Shofetiym, chapter 4. And the children of Yasharel again did evil in the sight of Yahuwah when Ehud was dead. And Yahuwah sold them into the hand of Yavin, king of Canaan, that reigned in Katsor, the captain of whose host was Sisera, which dwelt in Karosheth of these other nations. And the children of Yasharel cried unto Yahuwah, for he had 900 chariots of iron, and 20 years he mightily oppressed the children of Yasharel. And Deborah, a prophetess, a woman of Lapidoth, she judged Yasharel at that time, and she dwelt under the palm tree of Deborah. And she dwelt under the palm tree of Deborah between Ramah and Bethel in Mount Ephraim. And the children of Yasharel came up to her for judgment, and she sent and called Barak, the son of Avinoam, not out of Kadesh Naphtali, and said unto him, Has not Yahuwah Elohai of Yasharel commanded, saying, Go and draw towards Mount Tavor, and take with you 10,000 men of the children of Naphtali and of children of Zebulun, and I will draw unto you to the river Kishon Sisera, the captain of Yavin's army, and with his chariots and his multitude, and I'll deliver him into your hand. And Barak said unto her, If you will go with me, then I will go. But if you will not go with me, then I will not go. Can you notice that at some point, our forefathers at that period, they are very fast to rebel against Yahuwah, but at the same time, they are very fast to be skeptical and lazy. They sin against Yahuwah. Now Yahuwah is punishing them. Now Deborah gave him the instruction, go with 10,000 men and go and subdue this enemy. But he was saying that until that woman followed them. Now, here's my question. Is it Deborah that wants to help him to carry the sword or the shield to fight against Sarah? Look at how skeptical, lazy, and filled of excuse our forefathers are. They are guilty of their sins. You know what they did is not right, but yet they always come with excuses to justify themselves. But what happened? Verse 9. And she said, I will surely go with you, notwithstanding the journey that you take shall not be for your honor. You see that? For Yahuwah shall sell Sisera into the hand of a woman. And Deborah arose and went with Barak to Kadesh. You see that? He was saying that the fact that he was asked to take 10,000, and he said, until Deborah go with him. And Deborah told him, your journey will not be unto your own honor, but will be unto the honor of a woman. Because the Most High Yahuwah will give Sisera into the hand of a woman, not their mighty warriors. Let us see how it goes. 10. And Barak called Zebulun and Naphtali to Kadesh, and he went up with 10,000 men at his feet. And Deborah went up with them. Now Kever the Kenai, which was of the children of Kovav, the father-in-law of Moshe, and had severed him from the Kenayim, and pitched his tent unto the plain of Saananim, which is by Kadesh. And they showed Sisera that Barak the son of Abinoam was gone up to Mount Tavor. And Sisera gathered together all his chariots, even 900 chariots of iron, and all the nations that were with him, from Kasheroth, from Karosheth of the other nations, unto the river of Kishon. And Deborah said unto Barak, Up, for this is the day in which Yahuwah has delivered Sisera into your hand. Is not Yahuwah gone out before you? So Barak went down from Mount Tabor, and 10,000 men after him. And Yahuwah discomforted Sisera and all his chariots and all his hosts with the edge of the sword before Barak, so that Sisera lighted down off his chariot and fled away on his feet. Imagine. Remember that it was Deborah that gave that prophecy that once she go with them, definitely the victory will not be unto him, but the Most High will give Sisera into the hand of a woman. So the honor will not be unto the warriors anymore. Let us see what happened. Now, at this point, Sisera could not overcome that battle. That he had to think like an African man. Because only the Africans that will think in their mind that chariots are slower when there's trouble. They prefer to run with their leg. That is why you see somebody that has a bike, and when trouble is coming, he will drop the bike and run with his leg. Because they believe that life is like a cartoon. Once you run with your leg will start speeding like Jerry. He had to leave his chariot. When we all know that horses can run faster than human, but Sisera left his chariot and took the hill. 16. But Barak pursued after the chariot and after the host unto Karosheth of the other nations, and all the host of Sisera fell upon the edge of the sword, and there was not a man left. Howbeit Sisera fled away on his feet unto the tent of Yael, the woman of Keber, the Kenny, for there was peace between Yavin and the king of Katsor. Yavin, the king of Katsor, and the house of Keber, the Kenny. And Yael went out to meet Sisera and said unto him, Turn in, my Adoni, turn in to me, fear not. And when he had turned in unto her into the tent, she covered him with a mantle. And he said unto her, Give me, I pray you, a little water to drink, for I am thirsty. And she opened a bottle of milk and gave him drink and covered him. Again he said unto her, Stand in the door of the tent, and it shall be when any man comes and inquire of you, and say, Is there any man here? That you shall say, No. Then Yael, Keber's woman, took a nail of the tent and took a hammer in her hand, and went softly unto him and smote the nail into his temple and fastened it to the ground, for he was fast asleep and weary, so he died. Imagine, the woman had to take the nail of the tent. Compare the velocity, the size of the nail of a tent compared to the nail of a wood. She used the nail of a tent and hammer to hammer King Sisera to the ground from his temple, that's his head. She nailed him from the head, passing him to the ground. And that was how Sisera died. As the prophecy that Deborah said, that the king will die by the hand of a woman. Didn't this happen as she said? Verse 22. And behold, as Barak pursued Sisera, Jael came out to meet him and said unto him, Come, and I will show you the man whom you seek. And when he came into a tent, behold, Sisera lay dead, and the nail was in his temples. So Elohim subdued on that day Yavin, the king of Canaan, before the children of Yasharel, and the hand of the children of Yasharel prospered and prevailed against Yavin, the king of Canaan, until they had destroyed Yavin, the king of Canaan. Wow. Can you now see that truly, once you are with Yahuwah, he will always give you victory. But when you always try to act as if you are the stiff-necked one, Yah will be like, no problem, I know how to deal with you. But always remember, why is it that our forefathers, they are always messing things up? They kept messing things up, that they will disobey Yahuwah. When you are not punished, they will not run back to him. Hey, Yahuwah, forgive me, I have not against you. Yah will be like, you are still my first son. He will send a comforter. He will send a rescuer to rescue them. Once they see that now they are getting comfortable, they are back to idol worshiping. In which the same is happening today. Our people claim to say that our father Abraham has many sons, and many sons as father Abraham, and you are one of them, and so are you. You claim to be part of Father Abraham's children, yet you are not keeping the commandments that our forefather kept. So this will make it a wrap up for this episode of the program. Guys, will meet again tomorrow to continue from where we stop. I remain your humble host, and with this I say shalom and bye for now.